a season like this to get as many different weapons as you possibly can.
Oh, definitely. And when we would scrimmage off each other last season, I remember I was always a little scared to hit off Sam because I was like, she will have no remorse if she comes in it tight and hits me.
Ground ball to third. Nicely done. Easy play made on the Pride infield there. Penley making it look easy, and that's what she does, folks.
Shelby Penley having played many positions for the Pride. Again, not a new face for this team as a whole, but somebody that's used to second base, shortstop, now third base. Again, just extremely versatile in everything that she can do, and one of the most phenomenal defensive players I've ever seen. So smooth with her hands and her footwork.
And the amazing thing is the fact that she still is doing it to this day as Dalton comes to the plate 0 for 2, grounded out back in the third.
Yeah, I can attest. It's not easy on your body. And Shelby's a worker too. You know, in the off season, she's so heavy on the weights and so heavy on the running and just the overall training. She loves it every single day. It's just who she is at this point. Wearing a little bit of a face mask in the off season last year. She was competing on a different team and took a tough little line drive off the face. I think she broke her nose, at least had some, you know, procedures done trying to fix the injury that she sustained. No, thank you.
See, good news, they make that some good face mask options, which is good.
Yep, protective gear. More of a preventative measure at this point.
Man, that doesn't feel good. Dalton at the top of the lineup. Another Raging Cajun. 3 on the roster tonight. And obviously, Jerry Glasgow knows extremely well. Just smile sometimes when the ball gets away, right?
Yeah, you can't even get mad. It is what it is, and you got to have a short-term memory out here, especially when you're playing at this level. You know, it's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes, and you just got to look past them.
3-2 out of the zone, and first time in Dalton's pro career that she has gotten on board. It brings up Leilua, who started the scoring an inning ago in the third. Getting on board with a double. It seems like the Vipers like to wait till there's 2 outs to get the runs coming in. 9-3 game. Bouncing ball. Nicely done. Really helps when a pitcher can field her position well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the benefit and perk of having an athlete like Shao in the circle. Again, a position player at first base, plays a little bit of outfield, somebody that's, you know, in the routine mix every single day and PFP or ground ball work, if you will, and just crashes in on that ball really well. Nice little flip, under control, not too much. As a first baseman, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, tone it down a little bit. Pitchers come in hot, but Shao look good.
Mary Iacopo now at the plate. She takes a called strike at the knees. Struck out twice. What do you think what are you thinking about as an athlete? You struck out twice. Obviously things didn't go your way for your third at bat to maybe just have things go a little bit different.
Yeah, you try to simplify it in an instance like this. You're just trying to see the ball in, you know, a tight zone. You're not really sticking to too much of a plan because at that point you're going to overthink it and kind of get yourself down in a hole. Like right now you have Iacopo 0-2 in the count. Shao just flipped the changeup a little bit. Not much you can do on that unless you are sitting that off-speed pitch. But again, you're just trying to sit ready, get a ball up, and not trying to overthink anything too much.
Doesn't bite there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I used to have coaches in college. If I was in a bit of a slump, they would prevent me. Like they would like you know, I wasn't allowed to go in the cages and hit.
Yeah.
I had to take days off. Yeah, because you're kind of getting that thought process heavily mentally, and you're just starting to overthink everything when really it just needs to be simplified.
A little bit inside, 2-2. To give Iacopo credit for holding back. Bouncing ball in the turf. And Dalton's on her way to third. Excuse me, Brookshire has come on to run. Viper's about to knock it on the door to get to double digits. And that one's going to be handled well by Spalding, who tosses it over to first. A cheek. Going to retire the side. Brookshire left on third. We head to the bottom of the fourth. The Vipers with a 6-run lead.
Win the game before you ever step on the field. Shop SmasherSports.com for all your baseball and softball needs.
Here's Jerry Glasgow. I guess was it any doubt when Senior needed an opportunity to find a manager that he goes to Glasgow?
No, Jerry Glasgow loves the game. Somebody that just lives and breathes softball in so many ways. He, you know, a great coach at the collegiate level, has played or has coached in the pro league in multiple capacities and multiple programs and organizations. And again, just a familiar face for all of us.
Nine runs on 8 hits. Probably not going to get 6 runs out of Brian every time she comes to the ballpark,
No.
but he'll take it tonight.
It's a good night so far for Sierra Bryan. 2 at-bats, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs each time. I would take it.
And Shelby Penley. 9-1-2 for the Pride here in the bottom of the fourth. Lots of time for this USSSA squad to get right back in here on opening night of the 2022 WPF season. But it starts right here. Penley reached on an air back in the second. And she hits that ball really hard, deep and gone, and Penley leaves the yard. They're doing it with a long ball tonight, folks. That'll help the cause.
This ball is absolutely flying out of the park tonight. So many home runs. You see Shelby Penley takes the ball on the outside part of the plate, sitting dead red, drives it deep to center field. Can't get much better than that.
Here's Hilly Cruz. Scored a run back in the second when she reached on a fielder's choice.
And that's the 5th home run tonight.
Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
What's in the air?
I don't know, but I hope it stays.
70 pitches thrown so far. "58 have gone for strikes. Cruz into center, and it is caught. Brilliantly done. What can Bryant do?
Great defensive read by Sierra Bryant. She just gets a beat on that ball immediately off the bat of Cruz. Takes a hard first couple of steps in. A little bit of a nice little dive right there. Looked like she got a little bit of a burn on her arm.
It's a transition playing on turf, right?
Yeah, it is. It's tough to read. Sometimes, you have athletes playing in turfs and not cleats, not metal cleats anymore. Sometimes they're playing in molded cleats. The field's generally a little bit bouncier.
Pretty good debut. 2 for 2 double single RBI run. Aguilar's done it all for the Pride tonight. Shows you why she's one of the best, not just defensively, but offensively as well. Pride tonight have left 5 on board. The Vipers have left 1.
And that's proving to be the difference maker so far in this ballgame.
Good eye, 3-1.
Allie Aguilar has been a mainstay player at every team that she has competed on, whether it was collegiately at Washington on the USA team. She competed in the Olympics last summer. And so far on this pro team now for the Pride, I mean, just so consistent in the box. Somebody that you know what you're going to get every time she steps onto the field, never tries to do too much, stays within herself. Another routine player that's just so consistent every single day. I love repeatability. That's what I want in a teammate. That's what I want out of myself. You just know what you're going to get.
Full count. And Aguilar gets on board for the 3rd time tonight. 2 hits and a walk. I'm going to bring Spalding to the plate. Well, Spalding walked back in the first, struck out in her last plate appearance. It's a veteran squad. They've been down before and they've worked their way back. Tierna Lavelle is hoping if they chip into the lead that it's only by a run or 2.
And Tierna Lavelle is still spinning that ball with a lot of velocity out of the circle. She throws right around 70 miles an hour and then flips that changeup in. Really nasty combo.
And Spalding down on strikes. She strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Seven strikeouts in the contest. And here's Ellsworth. Into right. Hit well, but not deep enough. Morgan Howe back there in right field makes the play and retires the side. Pride now have left 6 on board. We head to the 5th here in Kansas City on the opening night for the WPF, and the Vipers lead the Pride 9-4.
Grab a surfboard and vacation like a local on Florida's Space Coast. Order a vacation planner and plan your trip today.
Back here, top of the fifth, Bernie Gunther, Alex Powers, and our entire WPF crew. Glad to bring you the Pride and the Vipers tonight for free, brought to you by our fine friends at SmashItSports.com. Able to watch all season long. $5.99 a game, $9.99 a week, or you'll be able to buy a season pass starting tomorrow for $49.99. So get a heavy dose of softball, high-quality productions, very reasonably all summer long. I'm sure you're signing up, right?
I actually am a member. As somebody who works at USSSA and probably doesn't have to pay for it, I still pay for it. So yes.
We'll see if the Vipers will add to their lead here in the fifth. Nine runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Shelby Sinceri, one of those long ball hitters tonight for the Vipers at the plate. Rick Schiffauer is watching the game up in New York and saying, hey, you just hired Don DiDonatis and he brings championships, right?
Yeah, I think he would say it was a good hire. He knew he was getting out of Don. A lot of winning and a whole lot of crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody who loves the game, loves the sport of softball, has been one of the biggest ambassadors and advocates of the sport of softball, especially at the professional level for the longest amount of time, going on almost 15 years so far with Don DiDonatis in the women's professional game, a true supporter.
2-2. Fouled away. There he is on the left side. Lori Timmons on his right. Typically wearing Pride logoed shirts, but now in Viper stuff, and obviously built the Pride team, won so many championships, and now trying to win a title with the Vipers. And you know the man is about as competitive as it gets.
Oh, absolutely. And he will coach you up while you are in that on-deck circle, telling you how to hit, what to sit, everything in between. And do we think Lori's keeping the book?
I don't know. Whatever it takes, right?
Whatever it takes.
3-2.
Full team effort.
Said she did not go, and the count is full. How? Melissa Mayo next. Good job just fighting it off. 3-2. Fight off that pitch. Live to see another one.
And Sam Shaw has done a great job, too. Came in back at the end of the third inning with 2 outs. Got the last batter of that inning on a strikeout. Retired 3 of the next 4 in the fourth.
Second time tonight that Sinceri's gotten on board. Ms. Morgan Howe. Two singles, 2 runs. Second pitcher of the night. Keely Richard started the ball game for the Pride. She only worked 2 2/3 innings, allowed 9 runs on 8 hits. All 9 of the runs were earned. Richard did strike out 5.
Yeah, came into the game trying to just kind of find her own and figure out her way and who she's going to be at this next level. Very effective level of athletes overall, and again, just really trying to be competitive and stick to what you know, but kind of work through and re-find out your identity. You're going through an entire new rookie season. Morgan Howe flied out to the third baseman, Penley. Good job by Shao, again, just trying to chip away, eat up some innings right now. You still have Richard, who's technically still in the ball game, could come back in.
Jerry Glasgow. Had to talk things over.
Oh, I thought you meant here, but you said her. No, it looks weird from like coming out of her hand.
Not a bad night for Howe. 2 singles. Every time she's got up, she's gotten a hit. Mayu at the plate. One and one.
Mayu was another athlete out of Louisiana Lafayette, having played for Jerry Glasgow, but again, another very versatile player playing tonight at third base. But I saw her play a couple weeks ago over at second base for the Raging Cajun lineup, and again, just somebody that's highly adaptable, does whatever the team needs. I even saw her catch, if I remember correctly, and
wow.
Again, just a very versatile, phenomenal athlete, can do a lot of things well.
Can always use a catcher, right?
Can always use a catcher.
Runner goes, throw down to second. It's a stolen base. Bang, bang play down there at second.
Great slide into second base. A little bit of a hiccup there with that lead foot and her right leg. Kind of coming off the ground a little bit, but recovered very well.
Forbes running.
Tatiana Forbes, another member of that Team Mexico lineup, having played for the Olympic squad.
Grounded a third, and Shelby Penley, man, is she on point. She's got a cannon over there.
Yeah, she's got a hose across the diamond, and that's just something that she does so well. You know, we're used to seeing her play shortstop for the Pride, but again, you have a very great fielder and defensive player in Delaney Spalding. Shelby Penley picking up third base like she's done it forever and not skipping a beat.
And that brings up Bryant. What has she done tonight?
Sierra Bryan, so much power in the box. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, utilizing all parts of the field. Left center, her first at bat. Right center field, her last at bat. 2 at bats, 6 RBIs. What a start for Sierra Bryan.
Folks, who she has dialed in tonight. Even putting it even close if you're Sam Shao here, just trying to paint it around the outside of the plate.
Knowing Sam Shao, she's got 2 outs. I mean, they still have a very significant lead. I would say still go right at her. Obviously, don't try to throw her anything over the heart of the plate, but be competitive. Throw it in on her hands, throw it down and away. See the ball just getting away from Shao a little in those last few pitches.
Called a strike.
Now if you're Sierra Bryan, you're in a really great spot. 3-1, phenomenal hitters count, seeing the ball really well. I'd venture to say it looks like a beach ball coming in there tonight.
Grounded at first. And for the first time tonight, Bryant is retired. But what has she done tonight, folks? She scored 6 of the 9 runs for the Vipers. They lead it 9-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Big night tonight. Taryn Olivello has kept the pride really off-speed pitches all night long. 7 strikeouts so far. Been very difficult to hit off of.
Olivello tried to kind of find her way early on in the game, allowed the first few pride hitters on base consecutive. You had Aguilar start the game in the 2-hole with a double. Delaney Spalding followed up with a base on balls. And then you had Taryn Olivello really just find her own and really get in that zone. Highly competitive in the circle, keeping the ball down well, flipping in that off-speed change here and there, keeping the opposing hitters off balance. And just continuing to guess. But the biggest thing, too, is allowing the defense to work behind her. 7 strikeouts on the night so far, but also just good plays in the defense. You have a lot of fly ball opportunities here. A lot of good stuff going for Smash It Sports.
All right, Cheek starting things off. Cheek got a single her last time up. Cheek Chamont in that order here in the bottom of the 5th. And at this point, starting to run out of outs.
And that changeup is just mean. You have Taryn Olivello throwing nearly 70, 71 miles an hour in the circle and then just flips that off-speed change. Got a good little drop spin on it. Just falls out of the zone.
Is there anything you could do to prepare for something like that?
I would just try to hit the hard stuff. You know, you're down 5 runs. You're chasing a lot of opportunities on the base path. And so, again, just trying to, right there, stay consistent, stay within yourself, drive the ball up the middle. Again, one swing is not going to change the complexity of this ball game. When you're chasing 5, just chip away slowly. Good at-bats and stringing them together.
And Cheek does get her second base hit. That'll bring Sam Shao to the plate.
Cheek does a good job just driving that ball right back up the middle. Again, Olivello is going to produce all the speed that you need in the box.
And Sam Shao just lays down a bunt. I'm not sure whether, obviously, down 5 you're not sacrificing, but maybe just trying to
get a little bit crafty, make Olivello fielder position. You see third baseman was back on that. Your infield was not crashing. And I think Shao was just trying to get a little bit creative, but
Cassidy Chamont checking into the box here in the bottom of the 5th. Hard hit ball, deflected off the glove of the first baseman, Sinceri. And everybody's going to be safe. You hit the ball hard and good things happen.
Exactly that. And then you run the bases aggressively and even better things happen. Cassidy Chamont kind of working her way back into this groove too at the professional level. Does a good job trying to see that pitch. Drives it to the opposite side of the field. You have Sinceri over at first base. Just can't quite come up with that. It's actually Falelua at first base. Some defensive changes going on.
Good eye. Sam Fagan doubled and scored back in the first. One of the 4 runs the Pride have. Got a big opportunity here. If you remember that hit, the double, she just first pitch up and just drove it all the way to the wall and used her speed to get a double.
Sammy Fagan has a lot of power as well in the box. Again, just a crafty hitter, a very smart hitter, and very disciplined. Again, stay within herself, knows her hitting zone really well. And that's going to be the name of the game for the Pride to kind of come back in a situation like this. Again, chasing 5, 2 base runners on. Good situation here to be in. Only 1 out. A lot you can do to be successful. You're just always trying to turn the lineup over. And again, you have Shelby Penley on deck. Hit a home run, her last at bat. Seemingly seeing the ball well.
Glasgow out to talk to the group. I think he's well aware. 3-1. You'd still rather give up another run for an out, just try to poke away.
Oh yeah, you know, he's out there saying, hey, we're up 5, just continue to chip away, get these outs, you know, focus on the batters at hand. You have a lot of defensive movement with Jerry Glasgow. That's something you're going to see a lot. He's going to change the game. He's going to change the complexity of the team a lot. You have 3 defensive changes in the infield alone. You have Berkshire at third. You have Mayu back at second base. You have Falelua over at first. A lot of things happening for Smash It.
Pride coach Kelly Crutchman down the third base line in the box, hoping that Fagan can come through for her. Crutchman, obviously one of the best hitters this game has ever seen. And Fagan's going to draw a walk. Bases loaded here in the 5th now. And Crutchman's got the veteran at the plate.
Gotta love Kelly, just a calm coach, calm athlete, calm teammate, whatever it is, mentor over there on the third base line. Somebody that you just love to look over because you know that she's in your corner every single day. Somebody in your hip pocket that's always gonna be rooting you on. Giving Shelby the hit sign like she needs it.
And the Vipers, new pitcher into the game.
Gianna Mancha, standout at UCF, having had a very successful last couple of years, specifically the last 2 over in Orlando, Florida. Didn't have to come a long way to come back and compete for the Vipers over in Vieira. And again, somebody you love to see take their talents to the next level.
Big spot for her coming into the game, but again, as Mancha comes in, you never know. Sometimes these rookies come in and it can throw some of the best hitters off just because they've never seen her stuff before,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely, yeah. And you have Mancha coming in and having a lot of innings pitched in her last season as well, coming off of a very successful collegiate career. And again, somebody that's really well conditioned at this point in their year so far. And again, you have a lot of opposing hitters just trying to get their timing back. So somebody that is sure to kind of give these next couple of hitters a run for their money. Just a new look overall.
And bottom of the lineup, 9, 1, and 2. It's Mancha inside the circle now for the Vipers. Her team with a 5-run lead. But with the bats the Pride have, I'm not sure that you'd call it comfortable yet. Probably about as comfortable as it gets, though, in the game of fast pitch.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Penley can make it a 1-run game with one swing of the bat.
In a situation like this, coming in, Shelby, big spot, bases loaded, only one out, a pitcher you've never seen before. You're just trying to get a ball deep in the zone, something elevated, and get your swing off.
One and two. Two balls, two strikes. One out here at the bottom of the fifth. Penley fouls it away.
There's a good balance in the game of fast pitch of trying to be aggressive and, you know, take advantage of an opportunity as it presents itself, but also trying to be patient and allow the game to come to you because you don't want to force something. You don't want to swing outside your zone, and you don't want to try to chase a pitch that you know you can't hit hard right now. So, again, it's all about that good balance back and forth.
Deep ball, but not deep enough. It'll be good enough to tag and score Cheek from third, and it's 9-5. Here's Haley Cruz.
Go get her, 8. Go get her.
Shelby had a productive at bat, that last at bat, and turned the lineup over to the top of the spot here. Good opportunity for Cruz to try to take advantage of. Fourth at bat so far in the night.
Good pitch. 2-1 on the corner. Even if the Pride could get one more, you feel pretty good being down 3.
Yeah, it's all about chipping away right now. And then you have Mancha in the circle just trying to paint the corners. Is not going to be overpowering as opposed to Avello, who might have been, you know, bringing it in there pretty heavy. And Mancha's just going to be more of a spot pitcher.
Runner goes. They throw down to second. And they get the out to retire the side. You hate to have the inning come to its conclusion on the base pass, but Jerry Glasgow is going to smile because that's exactly what the Pride did. They took the bat out of Cruz's hands. As Fagan caught stealing, we head to the 6th. 9-5 Vipers on top of the Pride.
Viper Premium Batting Gloves featuring Lycra Cool backing for breathability, Viper Skin Leather Palm for ultimate feel and grip, triple stitched seams for unmatched durability. Get your Viper batting gloves only at smashitsports.com.
Monica Abbott into the circle, folks. Many people don't know, but she actually was with the Pride before. This is not the first time that Monica Abbott has been in a Pride uniform.
And it won't be the last.
Big time deal for the Pride to get Monica Abbott right back here in the WPF.
Again, somebody else that's just a great ambassador of the sport, loves to go out there and compete, is extremely consistent in who she is and what she brings to the team every single day. Just a mainstay, steady player, goes out there and has a good time.
And the one thing about Monica Abbott is you know that she is going to throw the heat. Pretty big deal for her to be a part of this inaugural WPF game as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I mean, I don't even know at this point how you could have a professional league that Monica Abbott in some way, shape, or form doesn't play in.
Right.
She is legitimately the best of the best every single day and has been for a very long time.
And the good news about Abbott is you feel pretty comfortable she's in that your 4-run deficit is going to hold at 4 runs because she doesn't give up many.
It'll stay to a minimum, that's for sure.
One and one. Kate Short.
Kate Short, welcome to the Pro League.
It's kind of a treat for her, right? To get a chance to see what it's all about.
Yeah, how could it not be? I mean, I remember hitting off Abbott. I don't even know if I really saw a full pitch, but at the end of the day, it's just, again, one of those full circle moments where you're just humbled, one, and then grateful.
Got her swing, and Abbott gets a strikeout of Kate Short to start things off 9-1-2 back up to Chelsea Gonzalez. It's got a little more experience than Short does against Abbott.
Yeah, Gonzalez competed against Abbott in last season's Olympic Games. Again, not a stranger to what Abbott throws, but it's really just trying to see the pitch out of her hand every single time, which is really the difficult task in and of itself.
And let's be honest, there's not many that are hitting Monica Abbott in the entire world. And even Donnie Donatus is probably sitting in the first row watching the game for the Vipers and saying, man, I got to find somebody that can get a hit off of Abbott again.
Yeah.
1-1.
The thing, too, is not only is Abbott obviously extremely talented physically, it's really her ability to command the pitch and command every single opportunity that she faces an opposing hitter. She establishes a zone so effectively and just works her way through every at-bat.
Out to right field. Looked like it hit the turf. No, Fagan slides and makes the play. Tough to see from our angle.
Yeah, only thing hitting the turf, I think, was Sammy Fagan's body. It looks like she kind of just got a little bit stuck up there.
Oh, yeah. She held on to it well.
And tripped herself up. A little bit of a smile. Love to see it.
So Gonzalez retired, and that'll bring Dalton to the plate. And Abbott trying to settle in and have a 1, 2, 3, 6th inning here.
But Yeah, if I'm Keely Richard right now, the thing I want to take from Monica Abbott is obviously, she's so talented in the circle. Everybody knows that. But at the end of the day, it's her ability to command pitches. It is the way in which she establishes a strike zone and then kind of works her way out, trying to kind of expand it from there even. And really just her command, her confidence, and the way in which she controls every situation.
Yeah, about a ball off the plate. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Abbott comes in, gets short, gets Gonzalez, and gets Dalton. 1, 2, 3. Down she goes. Pride coming back to the plate for the bottom of the 6th.
Dad, I want to be a professional baseball player when I grow up.
Dad, I want to be a professional softball player when I grow up.
I'm a professional baseball player now.
What about my dream?
All right, Pride coming back to the plate here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Back here tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. With more WPF softball right here on the air. Get a chance to watch 2 games at once tomorrow night. Pride and Alliance tomorrow night. Vipers and HFL. And we'll see on Thursday night Pride versus HFL and the Vipers versus Alliance, and back the other way. As Haley Cruz will come in. Mancha with her 2nd inning of work. Haley Cruz had an opportunity to tack onto the score, but Fagan caught stealing, ended the inning, so had the bat literally taken out of her hands to end the 5th.
And sometimes that's a blessing and a curse, only because then you kind of get to start over, have another opportunity at your at bat here, but obviously you don't get your runner in scoring position like you had the last time.
Cruz trying to get her first hit of the season. She did reach earlier on a fielder's choice. Hard hit ball right to second, though, and there's one away here in the 6th. Sometimes you hit it hard and not at the right spot.
It's the law of averages. It's just what happens, and then next thing you know, you'll hit a blooper and it falls in. But Haley Cruz gets a good piece of that off of Mancha, just right at Mayu over at second base.
We'll bring Aguilar to the plate. Slow roller, grounds over to first. Leilua makes the play. 2 quick outs here in the inning.
And that's the other thing about a pitcher. You don't have to be overpowering or super dominant in the circle to be effective. You have to be able to hit locations and change speed and really just try to keep the opposing hitters off balance as best as you can. And then allow your defense to work behind you.
Spalding's the batter. Struck out twice and walked. Two and 0. Mancha would love to see a quick 1, 2, 3 inning saying, hey, how about if you could do it, I can do it as well. It's no problem. Popped up left side. And she does get a 1, 2, 3 inning. Short comes in to make the play, retire the side onto the final inning of the inaugural game for the WPF season opener. Vipers trying to add to a 4-run advantage in the lead.
Win the game before you ever step on the field. Shop SmasherSports.com for all your baseball and softball needs.
All right, and we come back here for the 7th and final inning. 9-5. 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. For the Vipers, 5 runs on 8 hits. 7 runners left on base tonight for the Pride. That certainly is the difference maker. Kelly Crutchman making her Pride debut as manager tonight.
Full circle moment for Kelly Crutchman, one of the first player on the USSSA Pride roster ever. Walked into the USSSA offices. I've heard this story time and time again, and with her dad, and you know, he told Don Sr., you should have a professional team, and I should play for you. Native out of Satellite Beach, right up the road here. Special stuff.
Now Leilua going up against Abbott, and to see Monica Abbott lead this team again, she is really has an extremely high softball IQ at the end of the day.
Has literally played at every level, internationally, professionally, in the States, on the Olympic stage, collegiately, obviously as a youth.
Out the outside corner, they say she went. It's almost been impossible to keep pace with Monica Abbott since she's come into the game. Trying to get a strikeout here, and she does. Rings him up, sets him down, and says, Mary, good luck.
A ball up in the zone. Leilua just can't catch up with it. It looks so good out of the hand because, again, you're looking for something elevated, but just too far gone at that point with too much velocity.
So it looks just as difficult in real life as it does on TV. Probably more difficult, right?
Definitely more difficult. I can attest.
He got a piece of it. Sam Chow will pitch for a moment, back over to the bag at first. Gets out number 2. And they're out away from bringing us to the bottom of the 7th. Pretty big night for Sinceri. Again, you're going to look back and you're going to see all those home runs by Bryant, but certainly a real team effort for the Vipers tonight.
4 home runs on the night for the Vipers. A couple extra additional base hits. A double back in the 3rd for Falelua. If I'm Jerry Glasgow, if I'm Don DiDonatis, if I'm Rick Schiffauer, I'm really pleased.
You're probably better than expected. I mean, at the end of the day, you come in and you want to win games, but again, you're going against a Pride team that has been around for so long. They've had so much success. I mean, don't get me wrong, you build a team to win, but I'm sure you've seen so many of these franchises in their first year. It's not easy getting a team to a championship caliber, and the Vipers have already got this roster right up there. And again, Jocelyn Allo, she's going to be added to this roster. She obviously is going to be a huge player for this team once she joins. So they got a lot of weapons still in the back pocket.
Yeah, a lot of good athletes still in the works, still coming into market on both sides of the field. I'm excited to see where this team is in about a week.
Yep. Going to be right here.
Going to be right here. Lucky us, best seats in the house.
Morgan Howe at the plate. (9-5). Big, healthy cut there, but not much to catch up to Abbott.
But that's what you like to see, the confidence of Howe going into the box.
Yep. Not to talk to Abbott, make sure they are on the same page. Got her swinging. That'll retire the side. And we move on to the bottom of the 7th here in Kansas City. Can the Pride mount a huge 7th inning comeback? We'll find out when we come back on USSSALive.com.
Grab a surfboard and vacation like a local on Florida's Space Coast. Order a vacation planner and plan your trip today.
Good crowd on hand here in Kansas City. Softball knowledgeable. What a treat for them to get to watch these pros right here, front and center. And Lauren Chamberlain taking it all in.
Got to be doing business deals right now from her phone.
Sign them up. How many teams want to join the league?
I'd say a couple more going into the start of next year. I'm excited to see
We're not
where it
going to give
goes.
out the commissioner's phone number on the air, but
send your inquiries to
on
the social channels.
WPF website. Bree Maxwell, the social media coordinator, will get you in contact, and we'll get you a team for the WPF 2023 season. Again, you can watch tomorrow night, $5.99 a game, $9.99 a week, and $49 for the season. And again, to me, it's a great opportunity to obviously support the WPF, support our great crew. We got camera operators in Kansas City, our great crew here in Vieira, helping you put together the sights and sounds of the season. You got to protect your dream.
Got to protect the dream.
Sign up and watch and help support the sport. I know Lauren's goal. I know Donnie's, Don DiDonatis, Rick Schiffauer, they all have the vision of having just a really incredible women's pro league for these athletes to play in and compete in. Left side popped up, out number 1. Brookshire making out number 1. So 1 hour later tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 local. You'll find us right here on USSSA Live all season long. You're able to watch this game back on demand a little later tonight, which is always good. Abby Cheek will want to watch it. 2 singles tonight.
Good night so far for Abby Cheek. Again, just trying to string together some good at-bats, a couple base hits in a row. Get a couple runs across the plate for the Pride. See him trying to kind of have those runners left on base that we saw earlier in the game, and I think that's been really the pivotal piece that has proved to be the difference maker so far in the outcome of this ball game.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. And Cheek's not done tonight. She wants to get her 3rd hit.
That's still being locked in so far in this ball game. Going into the 7th, obviously one out so far, but still opportunity presenting itself for these Pride athletes. And you have a pitcher in the circle, Gianna Mancha. Not going to be overpowering.
Popped up into center.
And that's the one hard thing so far, just it being so early, obviously only the first game of the season. But again, just you want to be disciplined off of a pitcher like Mancha. Again, she's not going to be overpowering, but going to locate really well, effective with her spot location and just ability to change speeds, even if only a few miles an hour at a time. But when you don't have a lot of at-bats under your belt, it's hard to make that adjustment.
2 outs. The Vipers 1 out away from being the first ever WPF winner. That'll be a fun trivia question about 10 years from now, right? Season 1 was the Vipers and the Pride. The Vipers getting the win. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Two and two. We're not done yet.
Good eye by Shao in the box. Again, I referred to her earlier as kind of a free swinger and somebody that just loves to go out there and hit. Doesn't really go up with much of a plan, but I think it's sometimes a blessing because I think you're just aggressive and you don't overthink it. I'm trying to simplify it.
Got her swinging, and the Vipers get the first ever win in WPF history. Nine to 5, the final score. Jerry Glasgow, Don DiDonatis will celebrate the win, and it was all on the back of Sierra Bryant. Left the yard twice, 2 3-run home runs.
And that alone proved to be the difference maker. The ability to continuously and consistently leave the yard at the end of the day. The long ball will always make a difference. And I think that right now the Vipers are in a really good spot, coming off of a great offensive outing. Taryn Alvello, really good night in the circle. Gianna Mancha came in, continued to shut the Pride down, and Jerry Glasgow should be extremely proud. Family affair. He has his daughter coaching with him at this point. And Don DiDonatis Sr. and Rick Schiffauer likely extremely pleased.
What a great first night for the WPF. 9-5, the Vipers get a win. Back here tomorrow night with 2 games on the air on USSSAlive.com at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Pride taking on Alliance tomorrow. Vipers on the air as well. But until then, for Alex Powers, our crew in Kansas City, and our crew right here in Vieira, I'm Bernie Gunther saying good night. We will see you back here. The WPF kicks off, and it's the Vipers getting the win tonight, 9-5.